Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included in today's episode of the Triple Printer Challenge. We're going to be trying to optimize things. We're going to be cooling down this base here, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. No box helmets required. Can you tell I really didn't have a plan for this intro? Kind of shows, doesn't it? Let's take a look here at what we got going on here in the Triple Printer Challenge. This poor base. We're at cycle 83, just about to start into 84, so we're getting there. We're nearly to 100. All right, you know what I think is going to be a really good topic for us to cover today? That is getting the electrical system running a little bit better here. I mean, obviously I'm going to need some more power and stuff down here in order to run the oxygen system. So that's part of it. But I've got a couple of resources that I'm just not making use of at the moment as far as power is concerned. You know, I've got all of this crude oil down here that I could process and turn into electricity. We also have a natural gas generator over here. These guys are running, but we can always get a little bit more out of that using the polluted water, which we have plenty of. Plus, we also have a carbon skimmer right there. Maybe I don't want to go and build that stuff out too big. However, I think there's some great opportunities to start to alleviate our burden, which is just using so much power and having it be, you know, spread out all over the place. I do have a lot of hamster wheels, and that is useful. And I do have about 80 some dupes I can go and run on a hamster wheel for a little while. So I've got plenty of opportunity for just really, really simple power. But I don't know. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to try to clean things up a little bit here and try to make them work a little bit better. And in the meantime, I'm also going to try to expand this down here so that I can actually have more oxygen being produced down here, but have it being produced at a cooler temperature. In the meantime, we're going to see what this cooling loop is going to do for us that we set up last time, which is running through this radiator up here, then coming on back down. So that will be pretty awesome. We can also do the same sort of thing with a liquid pipe over here. You know, this is just not really necessary anymore. I know I built this, but since the most recent update of the game, you can take the liquid and you can just run it through a radiator and then pipe it back out once it reaches a cool enough temperature. So I can use that to feed my farm over here. Not to mention this thing's got to cool down. Hopefully this gas here will do its job and that'll all work out. Oh, unless it's not connected. Bro, you got to finish your work. You got to do everything you need to do. There we go. Get to work, dupes. All right, so let's get this thing going. Let's see what happens here. So the other thing I wanted to say is thank you guys for checking out my latest video on the 3D printing. And that is where we are actually building a real algae deoxidizer. That was pretty awesome. You guys gave me a lot of really good feedback on it. And I'm incorporating that into, you know, the future videos and ways of trying to think of actually tying it into this channel without, you know, taking away from what we already have on this channel. I don't want to burden it too much. And you know what? This has been a constant problem over here. And there was one recommendation over here in the comments that said, you know, why don't you just dig this out? And I think the gas system would allow for that. This subscriber thing must be just going through the the entire list of like that it hasn't been running, which it hasn't been running for like a month or something. So that might be going for a little while. All right, so clearing that out should allow the dupes to get on over there a little bit better. But what about the gas? Yeah, the gas is still kind of bad in that area. Luckily, there is more oxygen over here. There's not a whole lot going on over on this side. Got a bunch of polluted oxygen. What about germs? That's kind of bad. All right, so I do store all of my slime right down here in this storage compactor. So let's go ahead and try to dig some of this stuff out and just kind of track to see where the germs are going to go. Just in case, because I would like to have this area over here, you know, potentially expand and this be another power station / oxygen generation area, or maybe that down here. There's a lot of good stuff we could do in that area. I'm also going to start construction down here of another oxygen generation for the electrolyzers. That'll be good. Now if we take a look at the power system, let's see here. What is looking like it's going to be... I don't know what's wrong with this piece. It just seems to have all sorts of issues, really. So I got some weird stuff going on in here. Let's deconstruct these power wires. Also grab that wire out of there, and that wire out of there. Just kind of dig all of that up. And then it looks like I could possibly go up here and just use this one instead of that one. I don't know what all that's for. That just doesn't seem to work. Alright, so I dug up a little bit of slime. Now let's see what the germs are doing. Oh yeah, they're trying to fill up this area, that's for sure. So some of that gold amalgam actually had quite a bit of slime lung in it. You can see it over there. Not to mention the amount of food poisoning that's there too, but that's actually pretty small numbers. It's a little bit deceiving. Whoa! Is this a new record for the slowest dupe I've ever seen? Scott? Man. Everybody over here is suffocating. This is terrible. The water level in here has really gone down over the last couple of days. So I gotta make sure I have that continue, have that all wired up and ready to go. You can see there's just not a lot of polluted water left down there. Let's see here. Put it in another gas pump. Let people go over the top, through the sides and everything. Let's make sure we dig this out up here. Looks like you can even get to that. It's actually a pretty easy build this time. Might even throw a ladder in down here. And then just build the hydrogen generator right below it. Hey, we could even make use of a smart battery now. We could probably make use of a smart battery up here and run the extra, if we had extra hydrogen, then run that into the cooling loop system. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the temperature. Is it getting better? 40? Was it 45 at one point? Where are we going to look? We need a spot, like a normal spot that's like right in the middle of the base. Right here is going to be a good one. That's 42.2 degrees. We'll see where that ends up. I still don't have anybody capable of being a mechatronics engineer, so I can't automate a bunch of this, but man, I would love to have just a delivery system from here to get over there. All that kind of stuff. We'll rework the plumbing a little bit here just to let this flow in. Doing some weird stuff over there. Jeez. Matter of fact, we can get rid of all of that liquid pipe. We're not going to get rid of the bridges, though. Whoa, man, look at these poor duplicates. Come on, Scott! It's a race between Leon and Scott. The two slowest duplicates I've ever seen. Look at them go. It's, wow. I mean, really wow. I guess breakfast is popular. I mean, look at them all. Now that we'll have some oxygen down here, I should really have a spot for them to go down there and eat, which is right next to all of this. So we can build it just like so. And then inside of there, we'll put some little mess tables and give our art people something to do. Okay, the other thing I should do here, since I'm delivering water down to the electrolyzer, I should really deliver water over here next to these micro mushers, because you see how they're always out of water? I mean, you gotta manually run water all the way over there, and that's just not a good idea. So here's what I forgot. There's some base tiles missing underneath this. So that's not getting... so it's not processing any water. We could just get rid of all of these liquid pipes at this point, as they are simply not needed. Alright, so over here, I'm going to go ahead and build a little bit of a water tank. So I'll do that number, and then we'll just have a little door right there. And it'll just be abyss light all the way around it, with some ladder to do what you need to do to go in there to dig it up. And we're just going to dump some water in there. And we'll also have it set up to be on a liquid shutoff valve as well. So this will be a hot water source, and that's what we're going to use to do a lot of our cooking. That's what I'm trying to say here. I'm just going to go ahead and repurpose some of the pipe I already have. And just deconstruct that. And that as well. So then I'll just run hot water down here and over. Take a look at the germs. What do we got? A little bit of slime lung in there. And what happened over here? Did we end up storing any of these? Yes, we did. Let's try to make a little bit of a liquid radiator as well. Since at this point, we just got stuff we want to build. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this number. I don't think I want to make this too big, just in case the fluid comes in here and it gets too cold and it freezes right off the bat. That would be a problem. I'm not gonna make that too big. So actually, let me cancel a bunch of that. I think all of this is pointless, actually, so it was a nice idea having a tank and everything, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm gonna leave it there just in case, you know, it kind of catches some stuff if something was to fall through. Tell you what, I'll build it like that. There we go. And then on the way out, this is going to be cold water, so it's already ready to go right there. We could just tie it back in, and we're just gonna bring in hot water. So that's a liquid pipe thermal sensor. And then in front of that, it's just going to be our unit for piping it back in. Actually, I'm gonna make sure that I don't wanna have a chance of something having a hot bit of water there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna make the liquid shut off, and I'm going to connect it to the radiant pipe so that it cools down as well. And then I'll just do the thermal sensor. Yeah, so there we go. What am I doing? That's got to go back in just right there. So now, when that's all connected, boom, there we go. So this will be a nice cool cooling loop. Power-wise, we should have power nearby, so that's pretty simple. Just plug it in. Okay, hot water can also come down this direction. We'll bridge it back on over, and that will feed our electrolyzers. Haha! You want to know what I haven't touched at all? The power system. Even though I said that's what I was going to do. So I'm going to just finish this stuff off here with a door, right? We just want a door right there. And then we also want to box it off so that the oxygen doesn't flow to spots we don't want it to go. Look at all this construction going on down here. These dupes can sure get it done when they really want to. And look at all this food. It's pretty good. Who died? Oh, Nom Nom! No! You got ice blocked out, killed by a snowbank. Literally, one tile away. I had been seeing suffocation so much, I just kind of stopped looking at it. That's the second dupe to go down. So that'll be Nom Nom's memorial right there. Flash fires all over that. Look at that. Straight out of the Johnny into it. He's been waiting his whole life to get rid of that guy. You can no longer sweep up dupes. Interesting. People are just running around in exosuits inside my base. This is ridiculous. Scott has finally made it back to the exosuit depot. You are free! That was the longest exosuit trip I have ever seen. That was ridiculous. That dude was stuck in that thing for like a couple cycles. I don't really know what my plan is up here. I had a plan, and then clearly I got distracted, and I've just never come back to it. What I was trying to do is make some more living space. I think I just got tired of making living space. Or maybe I was so afraid of germs that... Nah, I didn't do that. Look at this, another face. Another one. There, go in there, dig all that up. Deconstruct that. We're just gonna keep adding more rooms. Ooh, we're just about back to some more dupes. They gonna show up before the end of the cycle or not? It's gonna be close. You know, Nom Nom, I guess you could say he's been put on ice. I'm sorry. Look at all this hydrogen that's flowing through there, and it does come out at negative 20-some degrees. So this has to have an effect on my base at some point. I mean, it's flowing through, and then it's returning, so I mean, it's cooling. Looks like it's flowing around a bit more up top, so. This area right here is still 42 degrees Celsius, so it's not like that's really cooled down at all. Oh, buddy, here is the new dupes. Let's choose one. Stinky. Flatulent. No, get out of here. Noodle arms? You can't even move anything. But you can do research and build and farm. Narcoleptic. Welcome back to the base, Nom Nom. You are now Nom Nom too. Joe, welcome to the base. And SP Joe, welcome to the base as well. Thank you guys for your support over there on Patreon. I've actually got a new idea for a support method for those of you that want to maybe directly support what I'm trying to do here on YouTube. And that is using Buy Me a Coffee over here. So this is one of those options that is just a real simple way just to do a one-time thing if that's what you want to do. And one of the things that I was actually looking at doing here, because I'm looking to go full-time, hopefully, if I can find ways to actually make enough money to actually do it, is to have an option to, if anybody wants to like donate via either the Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee, you could actually sign your name on a big old poster that'll eventually go on my wall with like a big printed button on it, which I would say the Go button is what I've kind of relabeled it as. And that will also be available if anybody wants to do like different print-offs of it. I'm not so sure I could really get a whole bunch of them and send them out, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of doing a fundraiser if you're going to spend money. You know what I mean? You get the idea. That's an idea. Let me know what you think about it. And if you guys want to support in that way, you can absolutely do it. However, there is another way that's even simpler. Honey is a free browser extension that automatically finds and applies coupon codes at checkout. You don't even need to make an account to use it. In this example here, Honey found a better deal that would save me $2.60. However, I also noticed that the price of this item is dropping fast, so I set it up to let me know when the price goes below $30. Here's another example where I was able to add a free pair of Bluetooth headphones at my checkout, and those headphones normally retail for $100. So if you wish to save some money using Honey, then using the link in my video's description will help support the channel. Thanks for your time. Alright, taking a look at our progress here, looks like we're just about to the point of actually having water available down here, so that our chefs don't have to run all over the place or have people deliver it from across the map. That'll be very, very useful. I should be able to get some more power available down here. And if we take a look at the power grid, oh my gosh, look at this spaghetti. The spaghetti is so much everywhere. We're gonna add a... I can't get to that spot, so that's just going to be canceled. Oh, there's a piece missing. I need a piece of wire right here. That will... Well, okay, apparently that was already connected. There we go. I have no idea what's up with this thing. So I'm just going to get rid of it and use the top one only. I mean, it's just kind of unnecessary anyhow. I mean, it's not like I have the ability to use that much power to begin with. I should probably do something with all this carbon dioxide in there. Look at that, 334 kilograms. Humongous amount of carbon dioxide inside of there. We need an exosuit here. We're actually starting to run out of oxygen inside those exosuits. That could be a problem. Don't suffocate and die, people. There you go. Don't want to end up like Nom Nom. Have to come back as Nom Nom too. Why does this always happen? Nom Nom. That's not a tombstone, but it was artfully carved by Poo Tank right next to the Poo Tanks. Alright, so here's a good problem that I have. This thing can't pump because the oxygen has nowhere to go down here. The pressure's just too high. Alright, so we'll just use a little granite bridge like that, and then we'll pipe the extra oxygen right down here. So that way people can breathe. And actually, considering how much of a problem it is, we'll have a couple of vents down here. Somebody's going to end up entombed down here. A little bit of a gas pipe. And we're going to come out. There we go. If it is oxygen, we'll find a place for it to go. But if it's hydrogen, then it will just go down here and we'll use it up. And then between these two, we could just set up an automation. Boom, just like that. Things are going pretty good. I mean, I feel kind of bad that Nom Nom died, but... And then I built a statue in his place rather than give him a nice tombstone. I mean, you know, at least he's on ice and he's all frozen. It's not like he's going bad up there. If I could just remember where that is. Ah, furniture, stations, what? Utilities. No, it's under medicine. What? Okay. And what's going on over here? Ah, darn it. That's what I didn't want to happen. It got so cold. Look at all this hydrogen flowing around, though. Look at it. All right, there's all the automation. I'm going to need that, too. Need ladders over there. Also need to dig this up. This should really just be like a airflow, and then this should be like a door. Stress is a fair bit higher for a good number of these dupes. Not all of them, but I gotta make sure that I'm using rooms and stuff like that to my advantage. Kind of got away from that. Started off doing really good with rooms, but went down here and all of that, but we kind of got away from it. Looks like that one should just be deconstructed. I mean, it looks like it worked just fine. If I open that up, that guy doesn't seem to have one, though. There's a lot of dupes here that are just sleeping without a bed. My bad. Definitely my bad. We'll try to correct that a little bit over here. Bring in some more barracks, make it a little bit nicer for everybody. So a lot of the oxygen that used to be over here is now becoming carbon dioxide, which actually works out quite well for what I'm trying to do over here. Because that being carbon dioxide means that you don't necessarily need to come over there and harvest it right away, because it's not going to go bad if it's in carbon dioxide. So that is kind of what I wanted to happen over there. The thing is, why don't I have power to that system? Is it because this thing is now inactive? I see. Power got too low for the pump to run. All right, let's take a look at that spot. Ooh, 41.3. It's not really going down at all. Ah! Well, I am moving a lot of hydrogen around. I mean, that's for sure. It's a continuous line up here. And you can see how much it's like transferring around. I mean, it's doing well, but it's not enough to cool my base. That's for sure. All right, it looks like I got a lot more jobs to process at this point. People can move from miner up to a higher level miner. Nobody's gonna like the food they're eating, but no, well, hopefully stress doesn't become too much of a problem. I can always take them back down, though. I mean, these guys up here might just be too fancy. We'll try to make a seasoned farmer out of somebody. And somebody has got to... Ugh, the courier, what in the world? This job takes forever. That, and what is wrong with my poor liquid system? Why does it keep going backwards and forwards? Oh, it's probably because of this thing. This liquid system is backed up, and it's caused all sorts of problems. From the amount of water I have available. Also trying to get the power system built over here, because this thing's down, like nobody can get through it. So I need to disable this exosuit checkpoint, because right now nobody can get through there. Holy cow, now this is a fast dude. Look at Otto go. Watch, we're gonna follow this. You know why he's gotta go, because he's gotta go. This is the fastest bathroom run I've ever seen. There we go. Now I got my natural gas generators up and running again. Good deal. And that was bad when those went down for a while. Yeah, they run a lot of stuff. Hey, there we go. So now the water's right here. Everybody can get to it. Good deal. Aw, Dr. Fanta. So sad. Mourning a friend. Yeah, so this is still empty. Anybody want to help Nom Nom out? Maybe Nom Nom? Putting water over there has made a big difference to the productivity. I mean, they're just able to just run over there, grab it, and go. I mean, so long as there is water over there. It doesn't last very long, but when it is there, they just grab it. All right, well, I've made it here to the end of cycle 88. So, made some pretty good progress today. Unfortunately, we did have one person pass away over here. Rest in peace, Nom Nom. But for the most part, I think this base is running pretty good. Now, we are just barely keeping ahead of food, so maybe I want to keep expanding that. And dirt might become a problem in the future here, but once I get this up and running, at least we'll take care of probably our biggest problem down here, which is just the problem of the oxygen flow in this area. It's just not very good. It's gotten better, but it isn't quite great. So, hopefully we can nip that in the butt here pretty soon. At any rate, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.